welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well today. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade and I post videos over here at least 3 times a week, but we are currently halfway through Vlogtober, so we have videos going up here every single day. So I hope you guys are doing well today. Today's video is going to be a full face of underrated makeup products. So these products are going to be affordable, really good quality, and ones that I think do not get enough hype, and ones that I think are just generally underrated. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Do not forget to leave me a thumbs up, a lovely little comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And let's get started. The first item I'm using is this primer here. I have actually talked about this quite a few times on my channel before. This is the Relove Super Matte Primer. This is really good. All of the Relove products by Revolution are all under £5 each, which is really good. I actually want to do a video where I just sit down and do a full face of Relove products because they're all so affordable, and I've only tried like a handful of their range so far, so I'll have to do that at some point. But this is the Super Matte Primer. This is really good. It actually does help make your skin a lot more matte. I have actually used all of mine now, so I'm on to using my mum's for this video. It's got a really nice kind of jelly-like texture. It's quite a smooth but quite a thick texture. Definitely be buying another one. It feels really nice on your skin, and I just apply this and it soaks straight in. I feel like it gives a really nice base for your skin, and for £4 it is a really good primer. You do get a considerable amount of product in there. One of the other primers that I'm really into at the moment is the Goddess Glow one from Revolution. But this is just a really nice one. It makes your skin feel really soft, really matte, hydrated. I really like it. So for my foundation, I'm going to be using my Revolution Pro foundation drops. These are in the shade F3. I also use F6, so sometimes I mix them together and sometimes I just use one or the other. So I'm just going to apply some onto the back of my hand, and I love the fact that this is a pipette. So the way you apply it is with this little squeezy pipette, and I think that's really good because it just helps control how much product you want to get out. It's also a very liquidy and a very runny foundation, if you see that, but I do think that helps to blend it in. You don't need loads of product, but it really does help to blend it in. It's got a really nice application, so I'm just gonna get some and apply it to my face there. It's just such a good product, and this again is a really affordable one. I think this is something like £6 maybe. It lasts you forever though. This is about £6, but they are constantly having sales on this. So if you do check the Revolution website or even Beauty Bay, they seem to always have sales on these foundation drops. I bought mine at I think £3.50, and I got 2, so that's 2 foundations for £7. I've had them forever now, and they literally last so long and they are so good. But if you can see, foundation goes so far, but I always find it's easiest to apply this with my fingers. I feel like it just goes further and applies a lot nicer. So then I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend all this in with. Another one that I think is a little bit underrated are the Home Bargains beauty blenders, and the Primark beauty blenders as well actually. They're really good. They're actually good quality. So for example, this one here, this one is from Home Bargains, and I've had this for quite a while, I'd say, and it doesn't really look like it's coming apart at all. It's not really degraded. It's quite good quality still. It still works. It does its job, and it was like 99p from Home Bargains, whereas if you're going to buy one from like Real Techniques, it costs a £5 for a sponge, and I can't really justify paying £5 for a sponge if I'm completely honest. So I think they're really good and definitely underrated. So I'm just blending all of my foundation in here. This one just blends really quickly and really well. It just kind of sinks into your skin and just really nicely blends in with the other products. So next I'm going to do is go with my e.l.f. concealer. I have talked about this concealer so many times on my channel, but I do have 2 concealers that I want to show you guys today. This e.l.f. concealer is ridiculously good, so I had to show you guys it. But I have another one as well I think is very underrated and a very good one. So I'm going to use this just to do my blemishes, my nose, my chin, things like that. I've got a lot of areas that I need covering today. And then I'm going to go in with my other one after. So that's just all those bits done. I'm going to blend that in with my beauty blender. But I love the e.l.f. one. It blends so nicely, especially with my my NARS foundation. It blends so well with that. It's such a nice natural colour, and it just does the job. It's really good coverage, and especially underneath your eyes as well, it blends so well. Sometimes I have concealers that are really good and the good coverage and everything, but they just don't blend, and they just kind of sit on your skin and just kind of sink into your skin and don't really do anything. So this one I really love. So second concealer is the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer in the shade C1, and I am obsessed with the consistency of this product. Like, this is so thick. I haven't actually bought another one since I bought this. I bought two, and one I haven't opened, and this one is probably got about a third left in it, so it lasts so well. But I'll just apply some onto the back of my hand so you can see what I mean by the actual consistency. Like, it's so thick, like you can literally see how thick it is there, and it blends out so well. Like, the coverage is ridiculous on that. Like, it's a really, really good concealer, and I do like this for when I've got quite big bags underneath my eyes, which is most days. So I'm just applying this on. You can actually see how bright it is. It's in the shade C1, so that is like the perfect shade for me. But I've applied some there, and that'll probably do for both eyes actually, because it's literally the tiniest amount, which is good again because you don't need to waste loads of product. You can use the smallest bit at a time, and if we do need any more, we can grab some more. But I'm just going to take this flat brush, and I've scooped some off the eye. I'm just going to place that underneath this one. If you see what I mean by how far this product goes, like, it's ridiculous. You could use this as a cut crease, and you can also use this as like an eye base as well. I do like to stick to my P. Louise for my eye bases, just because I feel like it really brings out the pigment in a lot of products. But this kind of one blends so gorgeously and so kind of seamlessly. It's so nice. It's so bright as well. So this could definitely be an alternative to the P. Louise base. It is really, really good, and you can see the tiniest amount I put on is spread out all over my eyes now. I'm going to go in with a little beauty blender though to blend this in. But this one is, I think, around £3. I will put all the links to every product I use in the description box down below, and I'll put all the prices on screen. But I think this was around £3 when I bought it. But a lot of these products I buy when they're on offer, so I might buy them at £3 and they're actually £5 and things like that. So I'm just blending this out, and if you guys can see, it's brightened my under eye so much. With this concealer, I don't usually feel the need to set my under eyes because it literally stays there all day, and they're pretty much sorted after I've used this. I'm just going to keep blending this out for a minute. It's really starting to look good though, is this concealer. I just love it. It's so underrated. It's such a good product, and like I said, it's like £3 for one of these. It's ridiculous. So that's what my under eyes looking like now, which is really, really good, especially compared to what they look like before. So they're quite looking like this. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my contour. This is a cream contour pencil, and this is the Collection Precision Contouring. This I think I got for like 50p. This is in the shade Light. And this is the kind of thing that would be probably good for people that are just starting out with contouring and things like that, or someone that just kind of wants to do maybe more simple contouring, and it is super, super affordable. So with this, I just kind of carve out my face with it, and I just put like a line there and up here, and then I'll carve down here and down there, and then I'm just going to do a really light line on the sides of my nose and then across my forehead as well, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend all this out. I actually bought this one for 50p from a car boot sale because it was brand new, and they were just getting rid of old stock from a shop. However, I think you can get these for like £1, £2 online, things like that. Just look out for the deals. That is what I do, and I get everything extremely cheap that way. So I'm just going to use this brush here to blend it in with. This is just a Revolution brush, and it's just a flat-ended one. I love these because they're really, really good for buffing the products into your skin and getting a nicer blend on them. So I'm just blending all this out. This one is especially good for like jawline and like chin contouring, because I feel like it does give a really, really good shade that kind of leaves that kind of shadow effect. It's just a really nice natural colour, and it just adds a little bit more definition and a bit more structure and colour. So I'm just sliding that down the side of my nose and blending that in. I do love a good bit of nose contour. If I'm honest, I do really love to nose contour. I don't do it that frequently just because I just don't have the time and I can't be bothered half the time. But when I do, I really like it. I'm going to start to blend out these bits too. So that's what I mean there about how it gives that kind of like natural shadowed contour effect, and it doesn't look like you've obviously used a load of product on your face to kind of get that effect. It just blends in really nicely. It's a really nice colour that just kind of gives you that shape, but it doesn't look like it's really fake and really brown or really like orange or anything like that. The next product I'm going to use is my blush. I actually had two different blushes on to use this video, but I decided to use this one. This is the XX Revolution blush, and that is what the packaging looks like. It's gorgeous. This is in the shade Soft Focus, and it is a cream blush, and it is such a nice product, and I love the feel of it and kind of like the consistency of it. So I'm just going to get some of this and apply it to my cheeks. I like this one because I like the cream effect that you can kind of just apply it directly where you want it to be and then blend it out after. I also just love the colour and I love the feel of it. It feels really nice on your face. Just a really nice creamy kind of formula. I really do like it. This one is still quite affordable. I can't remember exactly how much, but like I said, I'll stick it on the screen for you guys anyway, so you'll be able to see it there. So I'm going to use this brush here, which is the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going to start to blend this in. Another tip that I've kind of got if you're wanting more affordable like beauty products is to use Home Bargains. They have Brushworks and Real Techniques brushes in at like £1, £2 each, compared to like the normal like £10–15 each rate they'd be at, but they're a lot cheaper, so I definitely recommend that. So now my blush is applied, I'm gonna go in with highlight, and I could not do an underrated video without mentioning the Incredible Soaps highlight palette. This does not get the appreciation it deserves. This is a gorgeous palette. So I'm gonna go in and mix these two shades together. This is the Cookies and Cream highlight palette from her third collection with Revolution. I'm just going to start to apply that. If you guys can see like the actual shimmer in this already, it is just beautiful. It blends out gorgeously and it just applies onto your skin so kind of flawlessly. It just gives you a really nice natural kind of glow and shimmer. It is just absolutely beautiful. It's one of my absolute favourite highlights, and again it's really affordable. And this kind of highlight, you would normally not get this kind of quality highlight as a drugstore brand highlight. Like, this is just so gorgeous. It looks a lot more silver, like a lot more white on camera, but it's actually quite a pretty gold colour in real life. So I'm just going to get this and just blend it out a little bit more using this fan brush there. Let's make sure I've not got any hard edges. So that is now done, and this is currently what my face is looking like. And now I'm going to move on to my eyes, and I'm going to use my Pillows base because I do know this gets a lot of hype and it deserves it, but I still don't think it gets enough appreciation. I feel like not enough people know about this. So this is my Pillows base, and if you guys haven't heard of it, buy it right now. It's so good. This changes everybody's makeup game. Like, this is an absolute game changer. So it's the Pillows base, which is basically an eye base, and you can get them in different shades. We've got a really good shade range. So I've got the bright white one, which is really good for making shades a bit more pastel. You've got different shades for the actual base of your eye and to use like as a primer for your eye, and then you can also have the coloured shades, so you can have like green, blue, pink, purple, all sorts of things like that, and they are so good. They are also very affordable. They are £10 per one of these, but I've had this for over a year and I use it in every single makeup look I do. Like every single video I film I use these, so they do last really well, and I think they're currently on sale at about £5 each. So if you do wait for a sale or have a look when there is a sale on, then you're a lot better off, just because it'll save you some money. And they have sales all the time at like £5 each, or even bundles they do, so it might be like £10 each or like 3 for £15 in a bundle. So the offers are always worth waiting for with those. So I've just applied this to my eyes, and as you guys can see, the tiniest bit of product goes so far, and it is so pigmented. Like, the coverage on that is ridiculous, and I've still got some on the back of my hand as well. So the actual coverage is just so good, and it just blends really nicely as well, and it just helps out so much for the products that you're going to put on top of it. It gives something to stick to, and it just makes the pigment just stand out so much better. So that is that nicely blended in. As you can see what I mean, it blends in so well. So next one I've got is this eye palette here. This is gorgeous. This is the LA Splash Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and this is what it looks like. It has beautiful packaging. I'm pretty sure I got this in a glossy box, and it is just so gorgeous and so underrated. Like, if you look at the packaging, it's so pretty, and on the inside these are what the shades look like, and they are just beautiful. They're so pretty. You've got a white, a black, a few nude shades, and then a few shimmers. There's also this really nice sized mirror, and I just think that this kind of palette should be used a lot more. I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone use this on YouTube, and it's a gorgeous palette. The shimmers are really nice. The rose quartz could be used as a shimmer or an inner corner shimmer. They're just really gorgeous, so we're gonna have a play with this. I don't think I've used it on my channel either, so I feel like it'd be quite nice to just have a play because I've not used it on here. So I'm gonna go in with this brush here. This is the JH35 from Morphe, and I'm tapping in to the shade Aragonite, I think. I don't know how to pronounce these. I'm just going to butcher the names. But this is what the shade is. It's this gorgeous kind of nudie brown. It's kind of like a sunburnt orange. And I'm just blending that through my crease. And I was actually going to use this with a different palette as well. But if I'm completely honest, I don't even think we need another palette because this is just so pigmented. It's so gorgeous. Like, look at how much product's gone on my eye there. I hardly used any. I did not kind of like pack it on. I just had a little swirl in the pan. So this is what it's looking like. I'm just going to keep building this up and then start to blend it out as well, so it's not just kind of a big lump of colour on my eye. So that's now what it's looking like. Now we start to kind of blend it out a bit more and it's got smoother edges. So I'm going to go in with one of the darker shades. So I'm going to go in with this one here, which is called Tiger's Eye, this dark brown. And I'm just going to get a different brush. It's still quite a fluffy one. This is from the Bamboo collection by Morphe. I'm just tapping into that, and I'm just buffing that into the outer corner. Just kind of create a bit more depth into my outer corner. So it just kind of gets that bit of a gradient from the lighter to the darker shade there. Again, nothing special, just a little bit of eyeshadow in that outer corner, just kind of get that colour there. And I'm just doing the same thing on my other lid, so it's even. And that's how it's starting to look. So I mean, nothing special, just a little bit of extra colour just to add to the effect. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the lighter shade, which is called Selenite, I think. And that is a really nice kind of white shade there that's really good to kind of make shades a bit more pastel or to blend shades out. So I'm just going to blend this out a little bit more up here so it's not like touching my eyebrow. And then I'm going to apply this with a bit of Sunstone, which is the colour next to it, right in my inner corner there, just to kind of use that as a transition into the browns. And then same thing on my other lid, just using that there as transition into the browns. It just doesn't go straight from kind of my skin there into the brown. It's kind of got a bit of a gradient going on. And then I'm just going over with that original shade just to make sure I haven't lost that brown at all. Just running that through my crease. So I'm going to go in with the shade Rose Quartz, which is this gorgeous kind of pinky gold shimmer. And I'm just going to start by applying a little bit in my inner corner. And then I'm going to apply some onto my lid. Just a little bit, just as a bit of shimmer, just something else on there. So again, a little bit on this one, just as a little bit of shimmer. So that is how that is looking. And now we're going to move on to my mascara. And I actually had so many mascaras I wanted to use for this video. I am going to use two different ones because I couldn't choose between these two. So these are mascaras that I've got. I've got the Olivia Hale mascara. This is so good. I use this all the time. This is 99p from Home Bargains. I genuinely don't understand why people pay like 10-20 quid for a mascara when you can get this for like 99p from Home Bargains. It's so good. It is so good. This is what the one looks like, and you also get it with a little cap so you don't have to have the wand in there at all times and it doesn't dry out. This is what it looks like. It's quite funky on the end, but it's really good, and it's a really flexible one too. And the second mascara is this one here. This is the PS Amplified False Lash Mascara from Primark, and with my experience, every single Primark mascara that I've tried is amazing. I have so many Primark mascaras and they are so good. These are like from £1.50 to £3, I believe, and I had one, not this one, but I had one before this one, and it lasted me about 1.5 years, I believe. So they're really good. So I'm going to do this side with the Primark one and this side with the Olivia Hale one. You guys might be able to see the difference between the two mascaras, but they're just so good. I'll just show you guys the wand of this one first. It's quite similar to the other one. I like quite simple and basic wands, and ones that are less likely to make your makeup like really clumpy and make you ruin like your eyes and things like that. I'm just going in now with my first eye, so I'm just going with my left eye. I'm using the Primark one, and I actually can't see, so I'm using my viewfinder for this. I'm only going to do one coat for each eye, so it's kind of like even for the two. So that is one coat with the Primark done, and now I'm moving on to the Olivia Hale, which is on this side. If I'm honest, I think I prefer the Olivia Hale one, just because I think it gives a bit more volume to my lashes than the other one does. But they're both really good. That's the Olivia Hale one. I felt the Olivia Hale one's actually quite good at separating your lashes as well as you go along. And then I'm just going to do my lower lash line. So that is how it is looking. And I do think the Olivia Hale one has a better kind of finish. I'll just bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see my lashes a little bit better. But I do think my lashes actually look quite good after that. So over here you've got the Primark side, and then over here you've got the Olivia Hale. So Olivia Hale definitely does separate my lashes a lot more. I do think it gives a lot of like length and volume, so I do really like those ones. So the final step I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice brush. So I'm just going to go in with this one, and I'm going to take those shades that we had before, and I'm just going to run them on my lower lash line just to kind of complete the look a little bit. So I'm taking that brown, and I'm going to take the darker brown on my outer corner, and then the sunstone on my inner corner, and then I'm just going to blend those through together. So it's just kind of a subtle little finishing touch. So that is now the finished look. I wanted to go for like a really nude and natural eye today, and with the rest of my makeup I wanted to go quite natural as well. So this is the finished look, and that is a full face of makeup using items that I think are underrated. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Leave me a lovely little comment down in the comment section down below for me, and then make sure you also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you like content just like this, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!